In this documentary, I will take you through many different aspects of equine social behaviour. This will include stallion behaviour, discovering hierarchies, herd behaviour, dominance, calling, foal behaviour, along with mare and foal behaviour and play behaviour. Here in this video, you can see the stallion showing aggression towards the handler. Notice that the stallion is kept isolated in his own paddock. This aggression could be due to frustration and the fact that he is kept on his own and unable to be within a social group. Stallions become aggressive towards their handlers for reasons such as the handler challenging his dominance or arousal as he may be due to cover a mare. Pat Pirelli says the stallion's upbringing is a strong influence on behaviour as stallions crave contact, therefore isolation becomes frustrating. Here you can see the stallion is very tense and has his tail clamped and is starting to pull with his front leg. Here there are two horses fighting over hard feed and hay. The most dominant of the two is the bay horse. As you can see, the Appaloosa tries to fight back but becomes submissive and leaves the bay with the food. Here there is a chestnut and a bay mare, and it is what looks to be like another mare challenging the other mare for her dominance as the lead of the herd. Although this may seem like aggressive fighting, there is not much physical contact between the two mares. It seems to be just threats. Here you can see the two mares gain contact with one another by touching with their front legs. This is similar to a stallion movement which would be called boxing. Although there is lots of nose-to-nose sniffing, this is the beginning of the herd establishing their dominance. As you can hear, both the grey horse and the bay horse are being very vocal. Here they are creating an order of ranking within the herd by proving each and other's dominance.
Loud as it may be, all these horses are doing is establishing their order.
The lead mare of this herd would be the chestnut leading them at the front. They begin by following her lead. As they head back up to the top of the paddock, they all seem to run together. This is due to great communication within the herd. Here you can see the bay horse striking a front leg at the other. This is in a bid to try and prove his dominance. They then move their noses by each other's flank. As they start smelling each other, it progresses. The bay kicks out, and this makes it evident that the bay is the dominant one. Horses are very vocal and use this to call for other horses or to warn others. Vocalizations can also be used when determining dominance. Before the chestnut horse called out to other horses, you can see that they have long thin nostrils, flickering ears and an elevated head. These are all signs of stress and panic. Here you can see two yearlings lip smacking at the sign of another horse. Young horses will do this as a sign of submission to let other horses know that they are no threat. These two foals are investigating and bonding. You can see that the blue toy is something new to them as they are unsure how to approach it or what to do with it. Here you can see they are finding out what the blue toy is as they pick it up with their mouth or move it with their feet. This encourages bonding between the two foals who will most likely be weaned together. It is important for a foal to be socialised and experience play behaviour from a young age. Horses that are not socialised from a young age are likely to become aggressive. As you can see here, the newborn foal is unsure how to behave. This part of the foal's learning is important as the dam will now teach the foal that they must follow her. This is maternal instinct for a dam so that they are able to protect their foals when in herds. Here you can see the dam trotting towards and past her foal to encourage them to follow her. Within the foal's first week of living, they usually stay within 5 metres of their dam. Here you can begin to see the foal moving in the same direction as their dam. Now that the mare has taught her foal one of the most important steps to their safety, she relaxes and shows us this by eating the hay available. She will also be eating to help provide plenty of nutrients in her milk for her foal. Here you have another example of mare and foal play behaviour. The foal is newly discovering different speeds at which they can reach and how to find their feet. Here we have horse play behaviour. These two horses are galloping and cantering around. These horses are domesticated as they have head collars on. This can have an impact on the type of behaviour. This is due to their paddock being limited in size and there only being 2 of them in there, whereas if they were in the wild, there would be a big herd and potentially other herds that they would come across. Throughout this, the horses do not look panicked or tense, they are loose and relaxed. This gives further evidence that this is play behaviour. Further evidence of this is that the horses' tails are not clamped and their ears are not pinned back, nor are there any signs of aggressive behaviour. In this herd, the stallion is at the back, driving his mares forward by performing an action called snaking. The snaking action is where the stallion will move his head from side to side in an effort to get all of his mares to move together. The stallion with 2 white socks seems the most dominant, as he is showing the most confidence and showing more expressive behaviour. They then begin to rear and bite each other's necks. They also begin to lunge at each other. The 2 stallions rear up and begin an action called dancing. This is where their front legs lock together and they bite each other or threat. They also shuffle their back legs around.